and say, let me teach them financial literacy. Let me teach them entrepreneurship. Let me teach them that at elementary school ages, high school ages. So I want these kids to get it. That's the only way we're going to bridge the wealth gap. And I did it through a song. I created a 2-minute song called Yeah, Coach. Yeah. So these kids call me the coach. And I tell these kids one day, you guys are going to be the coach.
And so you're empowering these kids.
Yeah, because I want kids to build their own brand. So you look at Kellogg's, you look at Nike, all those companies, those are family names. Yeah. That's these people's last names. And then we think that these are some amazing names they came up with. So this is my shoe line, it's called Munyati. Motivating oneself, encourage you actively to think independently.
I like that, it's Munyati. Yeah. So right there, it's always planting seeds.
Yes. Yeah, because I think about creating investments. I like tennis shoes, so I'm like, okay, let me create something that I could sell, and then I could give back. The more I make, the more I give.
Oh my gosh! You know, it's so. I see why they call you the CEO, Master P. Yeah. Like you're in the boardroom, but you're also a father.
Yes.
And what's it like being the CEO of your family?
You know what? It's probably the most amazing thing I've done in life, because anybody could be a dad, but it takes a real man to be a father.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so no matter what a relationship is, I'm all about my kids. I love my kids. I want them to do well, and we just keep growing as a family. We're not a perfect family, but we know that God leads you on a journey to where I get up every morning for my kids.
And it's so, you know, because your children, like, you have to be intentional. How do you know, because you have your children, like, how do you specifically give them what they need at different times?
Well, at first I used to give my kids everything, because you know when you work and you're successful, you're like, I want to give my kids. This next generation of kids, I don't give them nothing, I make them work for it. You know, for real, because I don't want to create that entitlement. So, you know, my sons now, even though they just made it to college, this is my son's first year in college, Hersey in college. And so the thing about what I do with them is they didn't get a car till they got to college.
Oh, really? So they had to wait.
So when people see them on the basketball court, they say, why are they so good and why they play so hard? Because they had to work for it, the same way I had to work for it.
Okay.
And so my thing is, when you give a kid everything, then they feel entitled. But when you teach a kid and you educate a kid and teach them discipline, you teach them dedication, you teach them hard work, they'll be able to go out and get it for themselves.
Now, I want to ask you this. Because I'm a mother of a 19-year-old, and I think I'm relatively hard on them. But so many people are into gentle parenting. They talk to, they're calm, and these kids are like going. They sometimes they go ham on them. Now, how do you feel about gentle parenting?
You know what? Gentle parenting don't work. You know, for real, like our grandparents used to tell us stuff. So my cousin and I, we just got together. We didn't even know we was cousins, but when we get together, we like twins. Her name is Sarita, right? So she created Operation Respiration, and she got 2 kids. And I have kids, but we all feel like we've been knowing each other for a long time.
Right.
But that's because we discipline our kids, because if we don't, and I ain't saying you got to beat your kids, I'm just saying you got to talk to them in love, but they also need to know. Go sit down when I say sit down.
Yes.
So think about this generation is getting raised by the computers. And so we have to change that and take them computers and the phones and put them on the side.
Okay.
And make them when you do give it to them, you give them those computers, they got to want it and knowing that I got to do the right thing, but you are my mother, you are my father. And I think the Bible says, honor thy mother, thy father.
That's right. Absolutely. I love it. I want to send my 19-year-old to spend some time with y'all for a hot second. Send them all back afterwards. But you're the official ambassador to New Orleans, and you just announced. I love this because you announced a Walk of Fame for your city. Can you tell us about that?
So the NOLA Walk of Fame is like how the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We have so many great people that come from New Orleans, and so I'll be honoring them February 6th on Canal Street. And this is going to be an amazing, incredible thing. We're honoring from Lil Wayne to Tom Benson to Mrs. Benson to Trombone Shorty to Mia X. I mean, Ellen DeGeneres, she's from New Orleans. So think about it. We're honoring all these people and being able to put their Florida leaf on the ground on Canal Street. And this is something that ain't happened in a long time. It should have happened a while ago, but we're doing this. And for me to be a black man and have real estate on Canal Street, this is incredible.
I'm telling you. Now that we are, gotta get to the question. Now that we're talking about, speaking of New Orleans,
Yes.
Master P, the Super Bowl is there next weekend.
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar, he's gonna headline the halftime show with SZA.
Yes.
So are there any New Orleans icons that you would like to see join them up on that
Well,
stage?
first of all, I want to say salute to Kendrick Lamar because
Yeah.
it's going to be an incredible show. And then you just never know what you're going to see.
Okay.
Because New Orleans is our city.
Yes.
And just never know.
Okay, well then, if you never know, you might be kind of happening to join Kendrick on stage? Master P?
You know what? You just never know. But I'm chilling. I'm more like chilling and just, I can't wait. This is going to be a make them say Super Bowl. That's all I'm going to say.
I know, but we wanted to know. Oh my gosh.
No, but it's going to be incredible because we have an incredible mayor in New Orleans, and I get to honor her too. This is the
Yes.
first female mayor that we had in the city of New Orleans.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to be looking for, I'm watching it on TV,
Yes.
and I'm waiting. I got my
Yeah.
I got everything ready.
Yes.
So I'm just, if we just happen to kind of see you somewhere,
What you looking for?
I'm looking for you to go, yeah. We go, somebody, Lil Wayne, somebody from your
I know what?
city.
We really have to shout out Mayor X. She's incredible.
All right.
And so,
That's it. We shouting it out, and I thank you so much for
Yes.
being here,
Thank you for
Master
having
P.
me.
I appreciate it. And just the financial literacy things, because we all need it. So many of us were not raised that way.
I just want to say one more thing, y'all, to the people that lost their lives on Bourbon Street. You know, we want to definitely pay tribute to them and their families, and we'll be able to put a plaque on Canal Street for them, so we'll never forget them.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Y'all, catch Master P at Super Bowl Soulful Celebration on Wednesday, February 5th. And for more info on his Team Hope Foundation, go to SherryShowTV.com. Up next, ways to perk up your living space with Jazz Smollett. Keep it right here. Master P.